watching Unusederas. Thank you for watching.
Around 15 years ago, you didn't have many options when it came to home video. Sure, you had a wide variety of cameras, but there was really one that was the cream of the crop. That being a camcorder. This is my camcorder. It's not the one that I grew up with. I might make a video about that one later, but this is the one that I've been using right now. It's a Canon ZR830. These things are made in around 2007, and I've been using this thing on and off for loads of trips. And it's been a really nice camera, and I want to share it with you guys because, you know, it's a cool camera and I have nothing better to do. So yeah, let me introduce you to my Canon ZR830.
Part 1. Specs and History. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe.
The Canon ZR830 was first sold in January 2007, and upon release, CNET gave it a 6.6 out of 10, and it originally reached a price of $299. It boasts widescreen video, 35x optical zoom, and 100x digital zoom. To record videos and photos, it uses MiniDV tapes and SD cards. It has a mic, loads of different filters, and can shoot up to 1024 by 768p. Outputs include 4-pin FireWire, USB 2.0, and an AV mini jack. It uses an f2.6 91mm Canon lens, which is the same lens used in the ZR850, the more upscale model that came out the same year. The battery on this thing is a Canon Lion battery pack, which, unlike other battery packs of the era, still has pretty good battery life 16 years after it was bought. At least in my experience, I've used this camera for 4 to 5 hour shoots, and I've never had the battery go down to below 50%.
Part 2. Photos and Videos.
As stated previously, this camera uses MiniDV and SD cards to shoot video, with the SD card also allowing the camera to take photos. The video honestly looks a lot better than you'd expect, on tape. The highest resolution is 720p on tape, but if you're trying to go for that early 2000s Blair Witch kind of vibe, this camera is a good choice, despite the fact that it came out in the late 2000s. The colors look really good, specifically warm colors, and the zoom is absolutely ludicrous. The 35x optical zoom combined with the 1000x digital zoom is really good, with objects that are really far away looking super crisp, with the only caveat being that there is no image stabilization with this amount of zoom. So you're going to have either a really steady hand or get yourself a tripod. Now, I mentioned that this camera takes SD cards, and you'd think that that'd be the best way to use this camera, since most people have SD card readers at home, and most digital cameras now use some form of flash storage. But the way this camera uses SD cards has so many limitations that I honestly don't see the point in including it at all. First off, the camera doesn't accept any SD cards over 512 megabytes. That's right, not 512 gigabytes, megabytes. These kinds of SD cards are so outdated that no major realtors sell them anymore, meaning that if you want to take pictures or record on SD cards, you need to buy either a bulk pack secondhand or buy one 512 megabyte card for almost $10. Compare that to a 1 gig card you can get at GameStop for 99 cents. That's 10 times the price for half the storage. Now, after you spent the equivalent of 20 spicy McNuggets and 2 medium fries from McDonald's, you can finally take photos and videos using the wonders of 2007 flash technology.
Part 3. MiniDV versus SD card.
So, what does video on the SD card look like? Well, let's compare it with the DV video. This is a video shot on MiniDV. And this is that shot, but filmed using the SD card. I mentioned that when shooting on tape, you get a resolution of around 768p. You want to know what's the maximum resolution you can record on your SD card? 320p. And with that, you can record 33 seconds of video. But wait, if you record on 160p, you can get 1 minute of video. Yeah. One thing I will say about the SD card option is that the photos it takes aren't bad. You can get around 1,000 per card. So if you want to use this thing to take photos like it's 2007, be my guest. Another thing is that if you don't have an SD card reader but do manage to get the 512 megabyte card, you connect the camera using USB 2 or FireWire. And the USB 2 does not connect MiniDV to the computer, only SD card videos and photos, just so that you know. But if your computer doesn't have an SD card reader, but it does have a FireWire connection, you need help. It also has an AV mini jack, which is incredibly useful if you don't have a MiniDV player, since a MiniDV player will cost you over $300, which is crazy expensive. Anyway, if you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars and instead want to spend like $20, I've put some videos in the description that will tell you how to transfer MiniDV to your computer without using a DV player. Camcorders are pretty cool. They've definitely been getting popular in the past couple years, and I get why. Almost everyone Gen Z and older has one laying around in their parents' house or tucked away in the attic, and they're super easy to use. If you can, I recommend looking around to see if you have one and give it a whirl. I promise, you won't regret it. My only warning though, don't use the SD card. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.